Some people are...
Next video, please.
Take two. George. Take two. You destroyed the first take. Let me get doing some things now. Right. Stop biting me. What is it you want? Go.
Next video, please.
Take three. 3 frets. A lot of people can make a living on 3 frets. That's all the chords you need to know. And some better guitarists can make, these are the country frets, where the country is 5 frets. And then, generally speaking, 7 frets is all you need. Unless you're a real rock guitarist, and then you need the rest, right up to the 12th fret. But what is it that needs right up to 24 frets? Who needs 20? Who's going to be playing there other than Gary Moore? Who's going to be playing there? Maybe some ACD scribblers can be playing up there. This is a very greedy guitar. Look how many frets it has. You can get up to 32 frets, but you don't see them very often. But this is a lovely Epiphone SG Prophecy, and it has the longest neck you could possibly wish for, and a beautiful body. So let's have a closer look at it.
Next video, please.
Let's bring you into the picture here. Okay, so it's in lovely condition, this. Let's get on down there and have a look at it closely. It is just in for a setup. Grover tuners, Prophecy logos, blah 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 blah. Lovely set of pearl. Mother Georgia girls attacking me again. And then down to the bottom part, which is all lovely looking. So really I don't have an awful lot to do to this except for to clean it up and set it up. So let's get through that, and I'll talk about the guitar as I do it. And tell you all about the prophecy and why the prophecy is important. Is prophecies important? Alright, okay.
Next video, please.
Well, this is it. An Epiphone SG Custom Prophecy. Fishbone pickups, solid mahogany body, mahogany neck, and mahogany fretboard. Currently can buy these around £1,500. This one is in pretty good condition. Action's a bit high. Going to fix that. Going to have a good look in the inside and everything, because the tone controls, etc., are a little bit stiff. And there's a couple of scratches there. I wonder, can I get that scratch away? I don't know whether I can or not. And a scratch there too. It's 2009, made in October 2009, according to the serial number, which I will show you on a separate picture. Got Grover tuners, and it's got all the nice stuff. And it's a lovely guitar. Slightly, I would call it slightly heavy, very slightly. But we're going to take it apart and have a good look at it. Strings are rotten, love. So we'll undo this. These tuners are not equal in tension. Some are loose and some are not. We'll sort that at the end. We'll maybe give them a little bit of drop of my £8 a bottle. Do I complain about that too much? Do I? Yeah. Lubricant. Right, off you go. Oh, these have all got names on them, but I don't think they mean anything unless you're weird. You know, they've got special... Oh, I'll put them up on the screen if you're interested in them. It's not coming off there, so we'll see why in a second. Some work's been done to this, and I'll be interested to see what it is. Don't know why that's not coming out. Oh, it's got a little spring on it. I like it. It's a little spring. It says, guess what it says there? It says Epiphone. Wow. Okay. So that's come off. That's come off, come off, come off, come off, come off. And are you coming off? Well, I'm taking you off, whether you like it or not, because you're meant to come off. And so that means you're a little bit jammed up with dirt. So I'm going to take you off and give you a clean up and get you working the way you should be. It'd be nice if these people, even Epiphone made by Gibson, could make these gold parts last in gold, but they wear off so quickly. The chrome is longer, lasts longer. Oh, it's coming off now. Right, okay. Well, you're all coming off. You're all doing a very good job. Ah, right, okay. You've got springs there. I think the springs are a little bit squished, so I'm not going to force them. I'm going to take the knobs off. Yes, knobs off. Why is that not coming off? Well, it could be a pot. It could both be pots. Switch your pots, you know. They're coming up, and hopefully they are. If they're not, then there's a problem with them. Take that off too, just in case. And have a little look down a little bit closer. Just a little bit closer. That looks okay. Switch screws have been taken out and replaced, and they're all wrong. There's one missing there, and the screws, I'll replace them with proper Gibson screws. Right, let's have a look inside the back, because I know. Oh, where have you gone to? Right, okay, I know that you want to have a look inside there, which there isn't very much to see, I'm sure, but it will tell us if it's been rewired or messed about with, because some people like to mess about with their guitars. Why not? The only harm you can do to a guitar is something like break the neck or break the body, and even then it's fixable. So have a good play. I think this is a nice little guitar. This did I don't think I put it on the electric yet, so let's have a listen to that before I go inside and have a look at anything. Ooh, what's this? This don't look like Gibson or Fender. It don't look like it's been wired by, what's all this? It looks like it's been rewired, maybe new switches put in. And there's resistors and capacitors and resistors and all sorts of things in here. Well, I'm going to have to study this to see what we got. But those don't look like they would come out of the factory. Not saying they're bad, but I want to see them better. So I'll just take what have they replaced them with that is so special? They've done something with it which is not to specs, but we'll have a little look to see. And have a little looky to see. Right, well, that's not what you'd call the best wiring job. Yeah, they've got push-pull pots on them. Right, okay. And all sorts of capacitors and things like that I don't understand. Somebody clever has done this. I think I will just sort of put some covers on the earth wires and stuff. So I'm going to go and look this up to see if this is a standard wiring job. It's definitely an aftermarket job for the wiring, put it like that. So we'll come back to you and find out. Alright, look, capacitor there, something there which I don't recognize. A capacitor onto that, soldered onto that. Royal 023P. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out and I'll come back to you.
Next video, please.
Well, I have to tell you, I have studied this, and somebody who knew what they were doing did this, and I haven't got a clue how it works. And all I can hope for now is when I put it back in, I don't break a wire and get lost completely. The one thing I did notice is this is loose. It's not glued, it's not soldered on properly to there. So I'm going to try to fix that aspect of it and then put it back in without any damage and run for the hills. So let me just see if I can do that. It's nerve-wracking because it's got so many wires. There, it falls off. It's got so many wires running to the one place that you fix something somewhere and you're going to wreck it somewhere else, you know. So, and that's not working very well because I need 5 hands. What's happening on the other side? That's soldered to a capacitor. So what's happening here? I don't feel like I'm happy. I want it there, don't I? Where did I have it? Yeah, I want it there. Don't I? Or do I want it there? I can't remember now. No, it wouldn't be down in there. Would it? Was it down in there? Oh shit. I'm going to have to wind this camera back and look.
Next video, please.
Right, well that was nerve-wracking. Yes, it was on there. And I managed to solder it back on again. So what I'm going to do now is pray. Well, no point in praying. But I'm going to put it back together and hope that I haven't disturbed the wiring in any way. Put everything back where it was. And then try to tidy up the wiring in situ, because this is too nerve-wracking. If I screw up this wiring, I won't have a clue how it goes back together again. So I'm just going to put it all back together. Now, I'm so tempted just to shove it back in there gently. Do you know something? I'm so tempted that I'm going to do it. Push it back in and pray. They've used far too much wire as well. But maybe they've had a reason for doing that, you know. Maybe they had it pinned out on a board and then put it back in again. But I have to tell you, that is something that I don't want to have to work on. There are specialists in guitar wiring, and guess what? I'm not one of them, and I'm not interested in being one of them either. I don't think I like the wires either that they've used, because the wires look very thin. But it's a spaghetti mess, and I'm making sure that none of the earths are touching the switch parts that they don't need to touch. No, let's use a red one and get that over that. And my goodness, what the hell is this? My goodness. My goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious me, you couldn't have a hit like that now, Peter Sellers. Doctor, I'm in trouble. Well, that's hopefully no earths are going to touch something they don't need to touch. So, and push it back in. Spaghetti junction. Fingers crossed. Now this is the test. Amp on. Let's just see. Well, it's working. Whether it's working right, I don't know. Only the person who would wire this would know whether it was working right or not. My goodness. A little bit of a hum to it, but I tell you, I'm not going to touch it. Yeah, is there something I need to know here, because that screw wouldn't go in. So maybe there's some damage to that. I don't think those are the right screws for this, but we'll soon see. Yes, I thought there was a problem. Parts of the screw is still in there. So let me see. Somebody's tried to put another screw in and screwed it up. long screw. Somebody's tried to put a very long screw into this. Are you coming out? Are you? Yes. Why put such a long screw in? Eh? Bastardo! Right, okay. Two holes there.
Next video, please.
That is there, that higher part. I think I've seen that before on another guitar that I worked on very closely. I'm sure there's a reason for it, if I could only figure it out, you know. That's a big ball of wax there, so I'm not going to do anything there. And that's a ball of wax in there too. Ugly looking thing. Oh, look, I'm bleeding. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in those holes with toothpicks. Let me just make sure I'm filling in the right ones. Toothpicks, so they don't need to be adjusted. I'll come back to that now. All right.
Next video, please.
So, one has learnt something since I last was with you. Let me just drill this hole first of all. But in this instance it doesn't matter, as long as I don't go too far down. But I have learnt something. I've learnt that this is a custom, even though it says up there it's an SG custom. There is a Prophecy guitar, and then there's an SG custom Prophecy guitar, and you can tell the Prophecy guitars because of those squiggles. On the custom guitars have got the squiggles, but the ordinary Prophecies have got the bars as usual with the Epiphone. And also with the custom guitar you've got those sort of weird shapes at the top. The ordinary Prophecy doesn't have that. Finally, they have replaced the pickups on this with ones that I call zebra pickups. They're Epiphone, and they're the higher quality pickups called zebra pickups, and they're called, I call them flatulence, but I think they're called fluency. The one thing about this is that they're on the wrong way around. This should be turned around that way, and that should be turned around that way, with the white being the outside. But I'm not going to touch them because they look okay and they play okay, and what difference it would make, one does not know. Somebody up in your land, some of those experts up there can tell me what the difference is. Probably phasing or something like that there, but whoever rewired this knew what they were doing or knew what they wanted, so maybe they've turned those pickups around for some intelligent reason. Right, so that's that all back together again, and now I'm going to work on the neck, because the neck is dirty. I think you can see there the dirt on it. You see the finger marks on it. It's not going to get scraped though, because it's not that kind of dirt. It's going to get washed, love. I'll just do one. It looks very dirty. It's been played well down this end here. I'll take the dirtiest one, and I think a wet wipe will take off what I need to take off. I'm told that, look at that, I'm told that it's an ebony fretboard, and I think the guy who owns this sells guitars. I know he does that, but I'm not sure whether he wants to sell this one or not, because this is a good guitar. But maybe he's a good salesperson who will take a good offer. I'm not offering it because I don't have the money to offer it. Yeah, it just needs a clean. So I'm going to zoom down this and give it a quick clean, and it's going to be sped up. Alright? Well, two guitars in a row that doesn't need any neckwork done. Frets are all nice. Well, I say network, I mean. And that neck is dead straight, so I can get on with polishing. Now, I'm not going to put on this, the high build, because that's thicker and it would take ages to soak into the wood. I'm going to use ordinary lemon oil, which is lighter, and as this is mahogany, the other high build finishing oil would take ages to soak into it in 10 degree. So I'm going to let that sit on top of it for a few minutes and then come back to you and take it off. Alright, there you go, it's just sitting there. Don't forget, check your lemon oil, make sure it's all mineral oil with no chemicals in it.
Next video please.
Okay, let's just take off the excess. You can see even the olive oil, you can see even the lemon oil hasn't really sunk into it a lot. It's done it a bit, but it hasn't done it a lot. The pickups are dirty. I'm going to see if the steel wool might just clean them up a bit. Lovely grubbly. And then I'll clean the body. I wonder if I should try to polish out that scratch. Don't know whether I'm going to be successful at this. I'm going to give it one try. Try to polish out that. No, it's done nothing to it. It's done nothing to it. Because I can feel them with my nails, so that means they'd need to be sanded down with sandpaper. I'm not using any polish on these because this gold lacquer or whatever they put on it comes off very quickly. And I'm not going to put polish on it because polish has got a little bit of sandy paper in it, or sandy quality in it, so. Okay, that looks lovely. So what we'll do now is get this bottom section put together and everything put on it with some oil, etc., etc., so that they don't jam the way they did in the first place. So I think I'll clean this up separately and come back to you. There you go. Some of you may say that the screws should go to the back instead of the front. This is a matter of preference because it makes no difference, it's reversible. Okay, strings on now, and then I'll come back to you when I put the strings on. I'm going to do some intonation, etc.
Next video please.
Well, there we are. Lovely guitar. Solid mahogany everything. Solid mahogany everywhere. Even the strings are mahogany. Neck's mahogany and the ebony fretboard. It's a beautiful guitar. It's a lovely guitar. Not the guitar that I want. Not the guitar that I would spend money on. But it's a guitar that many people would spend money on. The reason why I wouldn't spend money on it is because it's really just too long a neck for me. And I'm 5'10" and I still have to stretch out there to get it. So give me a guitar where I don't have to stretch too far. And anyway, who plays down there? Do you play down there? It's perfect intonation on the 24th fret. And it's a lovely guitar all around, but it's not for me. Now, we've got 2 pots and a switch. I'm going to play them all open. I'm going to play an A chord, right? Now I'm going to pull up the first pot. I don't notice anything different, except for the volume goes down. Now the back pot. I just noticed the volume difference. That's about all. Somebody will tell me it's a shift difference, phase shift difference, but no. But somebody professional would play a guitar like that and know what those buttons do, but I haven't got a clue. And I have some information from the owner that tells me what the wiring's supposed to do, but it's to do with sound quality and tonal vibrations and all that sort of thing, you know. But anyway, let me just check the tuning, and I'm just a grumpy old git. That's wrong with me. I'll check the tuning here. I'm not doing anything. Just play my favorite chord structure. Right, let's just put it on the sharpest. That's what they call the sharpest. Okay. Don't like the sound. Is that the right? No. No, it's there. Oh no, I see I'm too far down. It's actually there. See, I'm thinking an ordinary guitar you play a B there, but it's not a B, it's there. What can I tell you? It's a nice playing guitar, and you stick that on a guitar with lots of fuzz on it and you'll sound like a hero. Alright. But it's not for me. But it's all nice setup now. And I'll take some pictures of it and send it to the owner, and we'll get this on the internet. And